This Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series will visit the Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. This is the Worth 400 at Dover Motor Speedway. I'm Robert Young, and welcome to the NASCAR Dover edition of the HiveCast. Before we make our trip to Delaware, let's recap what happened this past week at Talladega. The race was filled with a lot of interesting events, including Chase Elliott getting a stage win after his return. But the final 5 laps were the most chaotic. After a failed restart, Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney battled for the lead with Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski behind. Blaney had a run on the outside, and Bubba tried to block him, but instead he got hooked and went down into Keselowski. Kyle Busch snuck past the wreck to get his second win of the season. Congratulations to Kyle Busch and RCR for their victory. Now it's time for a midweek update. Hendrick Motorsports driver Alex Bowman will miss at least 3 races because of an injury he received during a sprint car race in Iowa. He is the second HMS driver to miss races because of an injury this season, the first being Chase Elliott. And like Chase, Xfinity Series driver Josh Berry will be replacing Bowman for these races. Keep Alex Bowman in your thoughts and prayers this week. Now let's go take a trip to the capital of Delaware, Dover, specifically Dover Motor Speedway. This track has been on the NASCAR schedule since 1969. This 1-mile track has had many drivers win on its concrete surface. But the driver with the most wins at this track is Jimmy Johnson with 11 total wins at Dover. Now it's time for Robbie's pick. There are a few good names to mention, but I think that the winner of this race will be Chase Elliott. He won at Dover last year, and I think that he wants to redeem himself after being out for several races. Expect that number 9 car to be up in the front all day. Hey listeners, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, email them to matthew.collier@lcsd.k12.sc.us. That's matthew.collier@lcsd.k12.sc.us. I will answer any questions that we receive in the next episode. Well, that's all for this edition of the HiveCast. I'm Robert Young saying, crank it up boys, let's go racing!